Hi, in this video, I'll show the question 2 of Java Programming's midterm. Question 2. My Java program should do the following things. Step 1. Create a database schema called CCU. Create a new schema called CCU. Apply, finish. And we double click CCU. And Step 2. Create a table student record. Contain name, ID, major, GPA in schema CCU, and the ID is primary key. Student name, ID, major, and GPA. It will use double. Primary key is ID. Okay, then we move on to the step 3. Create a table teacher record. Contain name, ID, department, and teaching course numbers in CCU schema, and ID also primary key. Teacher name, ID, department, teaching course number. Teaching course number is integer. Primary key is ID. Department teaching course number. Okay. Step 4. Perform the step 1 and 2 in question 1. Step 1 is define the class student and class teacher, which are inherited from the base class people. In here, we have student and teacher.java. Class student extends people, and class teacher also extends people. And the people.java is the same as question 1. And step 2. Step 2 is scan each student record from the file and create a student object storing his or her information. To achieve this step, we create a buffer reader to store the data, and in here we scan each student record from the file and create student object storing their information. Student. We finish. So we move on to step 5. Deposit each student record into table student record. In here, insert student data. We can deposit each student record into table student record. So we jump to this function, insert student data, in here. In this function, we first make a connection to our MySQL database and deposit each student record into table student record. Insert into student record, and if success, it will print insert into student record complete. So we can move on to the next step. this. Perform the step 4 in question 1. Step 4. Scan each teacher record from the file and create a teacher object storing his or her information. So we go back to here. In here, we can scan each teacher record from a file and create a teacher object storing his or her information. So the step 7, deposit each teacher record into table's teacher record. So in here, insert teacher data. In this function, we can deposit each teacher record into table teacher record. Here, we jump to the function insert teacher data. In this function, we also make a connection to our MySQL database and insert each teacher record into table teacher record. And if it success, it will print insert into teacher record complete. The step 8 is get the ID number from the user. So we go back to here and move on. Scanner input new scanner system in. In here, we can get the ID number from user and store in this variable. Next step 9. Search the record based on ID number. Here, search database by ID. In this function, we can search the record based on the ID number. So we jump to this function, search database. Here. In here, we also make a connection to MySQL 2 and we can do the search thing like this. After we search the record based on ID number, we print out their detailed information. In here, we can print out the correct information from the file, from the database. So we run it and show how it works. So we take a look. Student record, teacher record, column, show. Oh, the data is in here, and this show. So does the data is insert into the table student record and table teacher record. So we search both ID 9201, enter. We can see the detailed information from above. So we end up the question 2.